video, I'm going to share with you 4 things that you can do too in order to find your one this year. My name is Koloina and I am a dating, mindset and self-improvement coach for ambitious people. Subscribe to my channel for tips on singlehood, modern dating and self-improvement. So the first thing that you can do to find love and sustainable love is take action or close the intention-intervention gap. What is the intention-intervention gap in psychology? It is the discrepancy between your intention or what you want to achieve and your actual actions, what you ultimately do to fulfill your intention. For example, let's say you want to be healthier this year. Your actions could be that you plan to sleep early and at the same time every night, that you're going to wake up every morning at the same time, that you're going to exercise X times a week, eat healthier, removing refined sugar and processed foods from your meals. Your actions align with your intention. And I would go even further, that you taking action is actually the translation in the physical realm or the best manifestation of your intention. But the problem is, in the area of love, is that I see many people who are smart, ambitious, talented, beautiful, kind, benevolent, who are worthy of love and they desperately want to be in love. But when you look at their calendar, it seems like they are doing nothing in that direction to fulfill their love life intention. They do nothing that gets them closer to their love goal. Maybe you are a high executive that manages big projects and people under you. You work from 9 a.m. to 7, 8, 9 p.m. every night. So when you go back home, you are so tired. The only thing that you want to do is to have dinner, whatever you have left over in your fridge, and then go to bed. Your schedule tells me that your work is your life. You have no room left to take care of yourself, including your love life. I like that verse in this ancient book full of wisdom, the Bible, that says in Hebrews 11:1, that faith is the demonstration of unseen things. And later in the book of Jacob, faith without action is dead. So if you are telling me that you want to be in a relationship, you want to get married this year, but you are doing nothing towards it, do you really want it? Believe in it? So I want to ask you those 2 questions concretely. What are you currently doing daily that shows in your schedule and so in your life that you want love, you believe in love? And second, if the answer is nothing, which is okay, what can you do once you finish that video to set your intention in motion through your action? It can be something that you stop doing. For example, stop those disrespectful, toxic friendships. Because the more you love yourself, the more you teach others to love you, so you attract a healthy love relationship. It can also be something that you continue to do. Let's say you like going to the gym daily or weekly. You can continue to do that to increase your chance of meeting with the like-minded partner who likes to be in shape and fit like you. And 3, it can be something that you can start doing. For example, maybe you are a solopreneur who works from home. Could you invest in a coffee or a tea that you would take in a cafe, so in a public space, so you increase your exposure and the probability of meeting new people, and so the love of your life? So what can you stop doing, continue to do, or start doing? And in that phase of setting your intention, remember that you don't need to do big things in order to achieve your love life. The simplest first baby step that you take is enough. The second thing that you can do to find love this year is commit to the process of dating. Because when you date, you gain experience that becomes knowledge and clarity about what you want from your partner, from a relationship. And clarity is key for success. It's true in business, it's true in love. For example, if I take my last date, and I don't even know if we were actually dating because it was so logical, I had a set of questions, literally a roadmap for love life that I showed to him for the purpose of dating. And what was interesting is while he speaks, I pick up information about his character, which tells me, for example, oh, actually he lacks communication skills. He tends to blame the other person. And what will it become once we are in a relationship? I picked up flow number 1, flow number 2, and I was like, okay, what am I gonna do with that? Am I going to cancel the person for that lack of communication, for example? Am I ready to tolerate, to accept this other flaw? And in the end, I was like, anyway, it's just the beginning. I know that he has flaw number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. And so the ultimate question is, what do I really want? And I gained so much clarity in that process, is that I simply want, no matter where the person comes from, what matters is her willingness to change. And the proof of that is her lifestyle of continuous improvement through self-improvement. I expect my man to be keen on personal growth. So I gained clarity on who I want. But now you're gonna tell me, should I do one date after another? Date after date after date after date? Because it can be tiring. The thing that I do is that I operate very logically. I involve reason before emotion. And that's why I have a set of questions. Because once you involve your heart in it, once you get emotionally involved, if you get disappointed, heartbroken, it's going to be painful and it's going to require time to heal. And that time and that energy that you waste is the one that you could invest in other projects of your life. The time that you would need to heal becomes actually delay in other aspects of your life. That's why it's so key to guard your heart by involving logic before emotion. And so what I do is that I have literally a roadmap for love life, a set of questions that I ask my potential mate. Now, if you are afraid of dating because you want to avoid heartbreak or putting your goals at stakes, for example, business goals, the third thing that you can do is commit to learning from other successful couples and love coaches. Find yourself mentors. Now, you might not have access to renowned worldwide coaches, but you can still learn from them by listening to their podcasts or reading books. And I think that reading books is really a layer that I want to add in my education about love, because I acknowledge that I don't know anything. And that's why I'm single over 30 still. And how do you pick the resources? What is a couple that you admire? Then watch their YouTube videos, be on their Instagram, listen to their podcasts, read their books. And maybe there is no specific couple that you look up to, but it can be one person that you admire, that you aspire to become like. And then I invite you to look at their environment, at their relationship, their marriage. Because if that person is who she is right now, so that you admire her, it's also because of her environment, because her couple participates to the amazing, beautiful person that she is today. So choose that person and then study her environment. And eventually, the last, but actually the very first tip to find your one this year is love yourself. I found this quote 3 days ago, and it says, love yourself so that you may know how to live with self-respect. It reminds me of my heavy past of being into toxic, abusive relationships. Like, I was in love with a narcissist. I had a narcissistic boss. I dated a codependent guy. I was in a codependent friendship. And I will forever remember, there was that time in Paris. I was in a public space, sitting in the stairs, and I was reading the Bible. And there was that man who was sitting like 2 meters away from me, who was also reading a book. And he starts talking to me saying, oh, that's weird, but my mom reads the same book. And he opened up about his traumas and the current relationship he was in and he was dissatisfied with. And then we moved to me and I shared my trauma of being in toxic environments. And then he said something that I refused to listen to first. Maybe if you have those problems, you have a problem yourself. I didn't say anything, but I think that my body was reacting like they were codependent and narcissist, and you say that I have the problem. And what was amazing is that 9 months in, after this meeting, is that I realized how this man was right. It was a divine appointment, literally, because I acknowledged suddenly that I had an issue. I didn't love myself enough. I actually loved those men more than I loved myself, that I lacked self-respect. And I entered and I stayed in those relationships. But the thing is, how you love yourself, you teach others, men and women, how to love you properly. And so to finish, I want to ask you that question. What can you do this year, 2025, to love yourself big, to love yourself more? Can you quit that job because you work in a toxic environment under a toxic boss or with a toxic colleague? Can you do a career change? Can you end that disrespectful friendship so you start aligning all your relationships with the level of love, the new standard of love that you strive for? So you start attracting healthy relationships only. Or can you start a new hobby? If you like this video, please give it a thumb up and also subscribe to my channel. I see you in the next one. Bye.